Boris Johnson should not cave in to the European Union's demands on fishing for a fundamental reason, former Conservative Party Minister Patrick Nicholls has claimed. The British and European negotiating teams are holding talks in Brussels this week. While the discussions have made little progress so far, the two sides appear more willing to compromise this time. According to Brussels sources, the UK has offered a 3-year transition period for European fishing fleets to allow them to prepare for the post-Brexit changes as part of an 11th-hour deal sweetener. The catches of EU fishermen would be phased down between 2021 and 2024 to offer time for European coastal communities to adapt to the changes. The idea of a phase-down period had been floated previously, but details had not been provided until recent days. However, the news immediately angered the British fishing industry, with the head of the National Federation of Fishermen's Organisations warning that anything which smacked of common fisheries policy light would be unacceptable. In a letter to the UK's chief negotiator David Frost, the head of the Scottish Fishermen's Federation (SFF), Elspeth MacDonald, added it was imperative at this crucial stage that the UK remain steadfast, noting, anything given away now will never be regained. In a report for the Brexit think tank Red Cell, titled Putting the Fisheries Negotiations into Context, former Conservative MP Patrick Nicholls claimed it would actually be wise to give the EU a generous deal on fisheries in exchange for something else, as fishing is a minuscule part of our economy. Mr. Nicholls was the Conservative MP for Tynebridge between 1983 and 2001. Within a year of entering the House of Commons, Mr. Nicholls was made a parliamentary private secretary to the Home Office Minister David Miller, and subsequently to the Minister of Agriculture John Selwyn Gummer. He then served as a junior employment minister between 1987 and 1990 and as a junior environment minister in 1990 under Margaret Thatcher. Mr. Nicholls argued that if it was just a matter of money, and if the UK's motive for leaving the EU was based simply on perceived economic advantage, it would not be a bad approach. He wrote, at first glance, that is a no-brainer. Britain's fishing industry is minuscule. It represents just 0.1% of GDP. And no wonder, since Edward Heath signed away our fishing grounds to the EU to compensate them for the fact they had all but fished out their own waters, our share of the allowable catch in UK waters has decreased to just 25%. The remaining 75% is taken by the EU.